Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Ruby, and today we're bringing you a little review of the Elgato capture card. We recently picked up this capture card to replace the HavK that we had at Joe's house. As you guys may know from one of my previous reviews, I have the Roxio Game Capture HD Pro, and Joe went and got the Elgato after hearing a bunch of good things about it and things of that nature, so we were going to give it a shot and see how we like it. So first off, it's very user friendly. It's very simplified, and there's not really a whole lot of things you have to figure out. I mean, you have to set some settings and things of that nature, but it's nothing crazy that you couldn't figure out or reference the user manual for. The Elgato takes HDMI for the 360 and other systems, but however for PS3, due to the HDCP protection on the PS3, you can't use HDMI for it. However, the Elgato does come with all of the cables you need to run it on your PlayStation, and it also comes with an extra HDMI cable. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is show on your screen a little video of all the cables that it comes with, and check that out and see if there's the ones you need in there or not. The Elgato also does the 240p, 288p, 480i, 480p, 576i, 576p, 720p, 1080i, and 1080p resolutions. So anything you can throw at it, it can record it. So there's not any problems there. As for the video encoding, it records in the MP4 format on the H.264 encoding codec, and the video sizes are actually pretty decent. You don't have to worry about it taking up a whole lot of space or anything like that. It's just really easy to use, and everything's labeled very correctly. The manual goes over a lot of the questions we had, and most of all, it's very space efficient, as in you have a total of 3 cables. You have your 2 HDMI cables if you're doing like 360, and then you have your USB cable. As for the power for the Elgato gets all of its power from the USB cable that just plugs into your computer or your laptop, much like the Roxio. And the Elgato also has a bunch of other cool features on it, much like the live commentary ability. So if you wanted to just plug your mic into your computer and record a commentary live while you're recording, that's a possibility. The Elgato also has live streaming abilities so that you can just stream directly to Twitch, and I'm not sure Twitch is the only one that they offer support for or not, and we didn't test that out because my upload's not that good at my apartment, so we couldn't really figure that out. Another cool little feature is the naming of your video, or kind of pretty much what you can do is you can name it. Like, for example, if I'm going to go play Gun Game, then I can just set the project name to Gun Game, and then all of my videos will get Gun Game put in the title, so I kind of have an idea of what video this is that I'm about to look at. It's not just named, 2013, February 23rd, 1500 hours or something like that. It's actually kind of got a name to it. The software overall was really easy to use and really easy to figure out. Some of the settings you kind of have to set. They're labeled very well, so you don't have to worry about not being able to figure out what exactly it means. Another really cool feature with the Elgato is that there's like this live recording feature, to where if, say, you're not recording, but like, holy crap, you just got, like a quad collateral, you can actually rewind the recording on your computer and go back and click capture and get that moment that you missed and you forgot to capture. And we kind of messed around with it a little bit. It seemed pretty cool. It may take a little getting used to, but overall it seemed to work pretty well. Another cool feature is that it does come with editing software. The editing software is nothing crazy. Especially compared to like Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere, something like that, these real professional editing programs. But it will get the job done if you're just a basic commentator. Another feature within the Elgato software is the social media direct upload and promotion. So for example, you can direct upload to YouTube from the Elgato's software, and then post something to your Twitter, post something to your Facebook about it, and people can go check your video out that way. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rate the Elgato versus the Roxio and the HavK HD PVR. We're going to be referencing the first HavK, not the one that's got HDMI. So for the original first HavK, I'm going to give it a 1. And the reason I'm giving it a 1 is just due to how far behind in the technology it is. I mean, technically, this HavK did come out way before all these other capture cards did, so it's not really that fair to compare it. However, if you plan on getting one of these HavKs in the current day, if you weren't to get one of these new capture cards, I just highly wouldn't recommend it, just due to the component is an absolute disaster to work with. No standard computer monitor takes component input or anything like that, and it's just so many wires, and it's not that great. And I guess next would be the Roxio. I'm still giving it kind of a high score because it's trying to do stuff that the Elgato can. However, there's some things with the Roxio that I go over in the Roxio review, which I'll link on, as an annotation on the screen now if you want to go check that out. The Roxio still got some quirks and some really weird stuff, and it takes more steps to produce a video than if we were to just have an Elgato. So, and the Elgato, I'm giving a 10, of course, because it's pretty great. It's really good. The little bit I have worked with it, it just makes everything really easy, and and overall, it's just a really good capture card. So, the Elgato is around $160 on Amazon, and that's without shipping, but Amazon's pretty good about their shipping. It's usually not that expensive anyways. So $160, it's really affordable for a capture card, considering the HavK was like $200 a couple years ago. So if even a couple years ago, I think it was like maybe a year ago, it was still like $200. So $160 isn't bad. The Roxio is about 120-ish. I think maybe like 110 if the little coupon code that I shared in the Roxio review video still works. I would definitely spend the extra money to get the Elgato. 100%. It's better than the Roxio. It's definitely better than the HavK. And it's probably even better than the new HavK. And I'm just going to take a guess at that. So the only real downside to the Elgato is the fact that you have to have at least a decent PC to be able to run the Elgato software. For example, Joe's laptop, which is a dual-core 2.0 gigahertz laptop, and it has 4 gigs of RAM, it's not able to run the Elgato software very well, if at all. So you might want to look into upgrading your PC, and also if you plan on keeping the Elgato hooked up through your Xbox, your PC has to stay on, or else it just won't even work and it won't even show up. So I guess just let me know if you guys have any questions, and let me know what you thought about the video.
Oh, and this is Avi, by the way. We're not endorsed at all by the Elgato, so just check that in your little box.
Yeah. All right, peace.
Later.